Hello, everyone. Good morning. There are many attendees today. I think it's because of the topic, which is test. So we'll just wait for 2 minutes to start so that everyone comes in and nobody misses any information. And also, if you miss, don't worry that this webinar is recorded like every other webinar. You can go to the website and Manvendra will put the website link here, which is www.lodhageniusprogramme.com. So if you go there, you will have all the webinars there. So you will not miss any information, okay? Just wait for 1 more minute because I think people are still coming in. Okay, okay. Okay, so usually I start now, but I still see people coming in. Maybe I just give another 30 seconds. Okay. All right, so if we have to repeat something, we'll repeat, but mostly I'm going to give a very short introduction. So it's all the introductions are available on the webinar. So good morning and thanks for being with us on another Saturday. And we'll try and clarify all your doubts regarding the test for which is going to happen in a week's time, which is exactly the same day, which is 3rd February, next Saturday, which is going to be online. So my colleague Kishore, who will introduce himself later after I speak, will also introduce about the test to give you an idea of what this test is all about. So I guess most of the audience here might be already familiar with the program, so I'm not going to go into details of it. If you want to know more details of it, you can actually see it in the link which Manvendra has put in the chat box. Now the chat box is flooded with good morning, so maybe Manvendra has to put one more in the end. Or now, yeah, thank you. So you can go to this website and see all the webinars. Everything is recorded. So if you want to know anything about the logistics, anything about the curriculum, what the general introduction of the program, everything can be obtained there. And after, you can also ask questions in the webinar once we are done with the test structure. Um, by putting the question in the Q&A box. That will be easier because chat is a bit difficult for us to locate because there are all kinds of messaging on it. So if you have a question, please ask in the Q&A box or raise your hand. We will let you speak. So this is how the format is going to be. We'll try and finish it in the next 15 minutes or 20 minutes so that we can give maximum time to answer your questions. A disclaimer for before we start it, is that the test, though we are going to give you a structure or an idea as much as we can, the idea is to sort of understand how innately passionate you are in maths and science. And the questioning and is very, very aligned with that idea. So you don't have to really prepare anything. And it's not an entrance exam. It is one mode of, we have to select. We have a lot of applications this year and we have to select good students from that who are passionate about science and math. So it has nothing to do with your level of understanding of the topics which is taught in school. And having said that, the evaluation will be within the class. For example, a 9th standard student score will be compared only with a 9th standard student. We will not compare 9th standard versus 10th standard or any other classes. Okay, so and as I said, the academic marks is not relevant here. We just ask you to send the mark sheet just for us to know where in that scoring are you there. It is just for the analysis that we are doing for the program. That's it. It is nothing to do with your eligibility to enter the program. So I wish you all a good luck for the test, which is going to come next Saturday, which is 3rd of February, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can choose this from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. A 1 hour window. Okay, so if you think you can start the test at 12, then once you log in, it will complete by 1 o'clock. If you start at 12:15, it will complete by 1:15. Okay, so the window is large because many of you have other tests, many of you want to go out, many of you want to do something else. So we sort of kept the window open so that most of you will get a chance to write the test. Okay. So that's all on my part about the introduction. And I think you all know what the program is about, that it is a maths and science program for 9 to 12 standard students. This is a residential program where you have to come to Ashoka University in Sonipat on the 17th of May. The program will start on 17th of May. You can come anytime from morning till evening, and then you will be leaving the campus on 16th evening of June or 17th morning. Okay, so it's a 1-month program. And after that, you will also have a continuous mentorship, both academic and non-academic mentorship, which includes like design your future and also about your career counseling. Okay. So, and we also have helpline numbers given by Manvendra here, and also email. So if you have any questions right now after the webinar, you can write to us at Lodha Genius Programme at ashoka.edu.in. And these phone numbers also you can keep calling if you have any questions. But during the test, if you're stuck, if there is any technical glitch, you're not able to proceed, please call these numbers. So please, these numbers are very, very important. Take a note of these numbers. The phone number which is given in the chat box, and please call our colleagues who are also present in the webinar, Urvashi and Manvendra, using this number so that they will help you in any trouble that you have regarding the test. Now I'd like to call on Kishore to just introduce himself and also take them through the test structure.
Thank you, Ambika. And hello, everyone. Good morning, and thanks for joining this last webinar in this year. And so today our focus is to explain all the components of LGP 2024 online admission test. So I'll be sharing a document with you, and I'll go through the major sections of that document, and rest of the things you can read. And before sharing the screen, I'll just put a link in the chat box, and you can just access that document, which I'm going to use. And you can download it, and you can refer that after this webinar. And also, we will keep the same document in the website. I mean, we will upload it in the landing page of the website, and you can download. I mean, if anybody has not joined this webinar, they can go to website, LGP website, and download that particular document. I'm just putting that link here. I'll share my screen. So please let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can access this same document with that link, which I just put in the chat box. And in this document, we have given all the basic information about the test structure and the online test portal interface. And you can see the contents of this particular document. First, there will be summary of test structure, then the focus areas in the online test, and the reason why we are focusing those areas, and the question distribution, types of questions, and a few samples questions, and some instructions that you need to follow while attending the online test, and then the step-by-step guide to navigate through the online test portal, and finally some additional information about the interface. Okay, since we don't have much time today, we have another webinar at 12 o'clock, so we need to stop this webinar at 12 o'clock. So that's why I'm just focusing on the test structure part and the type of questions, and finally I'll just walk you through the test portal interface. Okay, so directly going to the test structure. I hope you already know this because we have given a brief in the last webinars as well. So basically, this Lodha Genius Programme 2024 online test will have two parts. first part is part A and the second one, part B. And part A will consist of questions from three basic areas, that is logical reasoning, analytical reasoning, and basic mathematics. And that section will have 60 questions, and you will have a time window of 30 minutes to complete that test. And all the questions from that section will be multiple choice type, out of which you will have 4 answer choices and 1 answer will be the correct choice. Okay, 1 choice will be the correct answer. Okay, and the total score or the maximum score that you can obtain from that section is 60. Okay. Similarly, we have part B, and that again have 30 minutes, and the number of questions for that is 40. And that will have multiple choice questions as well as multiple selective questions. Multiple choice means, as I said, there will be 4 answer choices and only 1 option will be correct. And multiple selective questions, here you will have 10 multiple selective questions, out of which, in all those questions, 2 answer choices will be correct. Just be very, sure before submitting the answers to the multiple selective question. If you select only 1 choice, or if you select more than 2 choices, incorrect choices, then you will get a score of 0. So make sure that you select both the correct answers from that multiple selective questions. So in that part B, our focus area will be the social intelligence and scientific inquisitiveness of the student. Okay, put together, this exam will have a score of 110, and the total duration of the test is 1 hour. And the part A and part B will have separate timer. So part A timer will get stopped at 30 minutes, and you will be able to start part B after that. If you complete part A before 30 minutes, then you will be able to directly go to part B and start doing it. Okay. I hope this test structure part is clear for everyone. Next, I'll just, as I just already mentioned, here you can see the focus areas of our test is logical reasoning, analytical reasoning abilities, and basic mathematics, social intelligence of the student, and scientific inquisitiveness of the student. And I'm not going in detail of these sections, but if you download this document, you can read the reasons why we are testing this particular sections in this test. Here, if you go to why are we focusing on these areas, you will be able to read the reasoning behind all these sections. Okay, all these focus areas. And then about the distribution of questions, I've already explained it here. For part A, number of questions 60, time limit 30, and maximum score 60. Part B, number of questions 40, time limit 30 minutes, and maximum score 50. Put together 110 and 1 hour duration. Okay. And the question types I have already explained. So this is about the test structure. And the next important section is about the online test portal, how to start the exam, or how to access the portal and do the test. That is the most important thing that you are not familiar with yet. So I'm just going to this test portal step-by-step guide to attend the test. So in here, I have given all these steps in this document. Like you can see step 1, step 2, like this, and you can go through it and you can see the appropriate screenshots here. You can refer to that as well. So the first step that you need to do is that always keep an eye on the registered email ID that you have used for submitting your application to Lodha Genius Programme. So you can search for an email from this particular email ID, that is do-not-reply@amcatmail.com. So you will receive an email from this particular email ID, most probably by 1st of February or 2nd of February. And if you see that email, you can see the email body will have some instructions about the test, and there will be a button to start the test. And as Ambika has, Ambika already explained, the test window will be from 11 o'clock till 7 o'clock in the evening on 3rd February, that is a Saturday. And you can attend the test any time in between that time window. If you start at 11 o'clock, you will have to finish the test by 12 o'clock. If you start at 6 o'clock in the evening, then your timer will be from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Okay. I hope that part is clear. So if you see this particular email from this email address, that the initial part has some instructions about the test that covers test time, duration, and the requirements, test structure and a duration, part A, part B instructions, and then the time management, some advices for you to how to effectively manage your time while attending the test, and the instructions and warning messages about the auto proctoring. That is, this test is completely auto proctored. That means your face and your actions will be monitored through the camera, and that's why make sure that you attend the test with a device that's having a proper functional camera. Okay, and once you are ready for the test on that particular day, you can start. You can start the test by clicking the Start Now button in that email body. Otherwise, if that button is not working for you, there will be a link, direct link provided in that email address, email body itself. You can copy that email address, copy that URL and paste it in the browser and access the test portal. Okay. Once you access that, you will be redirected to the test portal, and that test portal will look like, the landing page will look like this. You will be able to see the Lodha Genius Program logo here, and the first page will have some data protection notice from the test provider, test service provider. So you don't need to, put attention to that. You can directly select a yes from this slider, and that means you confirm that and confirm that you understood the notice, and you can click continue here. Okay. Once you click continue, the next page will ask you to enter your registered email address, mobile number, your first name and last name. Okay. And make sure that you enter your actual registered email address in the online, that you used to submit your application. No other email IDs will work. And even if you try, it is not going to take you to the next section of the online test. So enter your email address correctly, and mobile number is optional. If you don't have a mobile number, or if you don't have your parents' mobile number with you, you can skip that. But we suggest you to put a mobile number as well. And then enter your first name and last name exactly as you updated in your application form. Okay, once you do that, you can select yes from this, using this slider, and then you can click continue. Once you click continue, you will, the test portal, the exact test portal will open for you. That will give you a basic information of the two sections in the test. You can see here, it says part A, focus area, number of questions, duration, and it says upcoming. Upcoming means you need to complete part A first. You cannot directly jump to part B. So your first section will be part A. So you can click next to access part A questions. If you click next from this window, the part A section will start. And here you can again see the basic information about part A, the focus area and the question types and the scoring and the number of questions. You can read from this page. And finally, to jump to the questions, you can click next from this window. Okay. And here you can also see the timer running, and just keep an eye on the timer because each section will have only 30 minutes to complete. Okay. And this is about starting the online test. Only these 5 steps that you need to follow to enter the portal and navigate through it to start the test. And I will also provide some basic information about the user interface of the test portal. And the first thing is that when you access a question, the portal interface will look like this. You can see in the left-hand side, you can see the question statement and instructions. And there'll be 2 different types of, fonts. Here, there will be a sentence or statement in blue color and also in black color. But make sure that you read both, because sometimes the question statement will be in blue color itself, and sometimes the question will have some instructions in the blue color and the statement will be in black color font. So here is the question statement, and you will have the answer choices in the right hand side. Here you can see it is titled as options, and you will be able to see 4 answer choices. 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here. Okay, these are the 4 answer choices, and on the rightmost side, you will be able to see a scrolling option or to navigate through the questions. For example, if you see the first question and you don't want to answer that particular question, or if you want to come to that question later, you don't need to select any answer or submit the answer. You can go to the next question using this question selector option. Here you can see question numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to go to question number 4, you can click 4 to access that particular question. Okay. And if you want to come back again, you can use this slider to select your required questions. And once you read the question and read the answer choices, and make sure that it is a multiple choice question or multiple selective question. And if it is multiple choice, as I said, only one answer choice is correct. And for multiple selective, 2 answer choices will be correct. And here in the I'll show you how will it look like once you select an answer. For example, you read the first question and you identify that this is the correct answer. Then when you click that particular answer options, the portal will highlight that answer option in blue color. Okay, that means you have selected that answer and you can submit the answer by clicking this submit answer option provided in the bottom left side, bottom right side. Okay. When you submit the answer, that answer is recorded in the portal and your response for that particular question is marked. And then the next information is about the questions that containing images. Some questions, especially in the analytical reasoning part, you will have some patterns and some questions. But sometimes the question statement will have images, and sometimes the answer choices will have images. So in this case, you can see if the answer choices have images, sometimes you won't be able to see all the 4 answer choices in the same screen. To see all the 4 choices, you will have to use this scrolling bar to kind of access or see the remaining options. Here you can directly you can see only 2 options here, but there are 2 other options which you can access through by scrolling this bar. Okay, so this is about the test portal interface. And again, as I said, for multiple selective questions, read the instruction here, and you need to select 2 options from the answer choices and then submit the answer. So once you finish part A, and if you take the whole 30 minutes for part A, then the system will automatically stop part A. Show a completion message of part A, and then it will ask you to start part B. If you complete part A before 30 minutes, then you will be able to directly jump to part B and start doing it. But even then, you won't get additional time for part B. You will have only a 30 minutes window to complete part B. And once you do part A and part B, once you finish and the complete test, you will be able to see this message on the portal that your test is now complete. Thank you. Once you see this message, you can close your browser, and that means you have successfully completed and submitted your the test responses. So your responses will be recorded in the portal, and we will use that to analyze your result. And this is about the test portal interface and test structure. And you will also be able to see some sample questions in this document. You can refer this document later and understand how will it look like in the questions in part A and part B. We have provided 2 samples questions each in this document. And I think, yeah. And then about some basic instructions that you need to follow before starting the test. And I've already explained it, but just go through it thoroughly and understand it before starting the test. And if you have any confusions or if you have any doubts, just feel free to ask in this webinar itself, or you can write to us, or you can call to that particular helpline number to get your doubts clarified. So I hope this part is clear, this explanation is clear. So if you have any doubts, now it's time for you to get it clarified. You can use the Q&A box to ask your questions, and also you can raise your hand and ask your questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Kishore. I think it was very clear, and I know that still many of you have questions. So if you have questions, I think my team was actually answering most of them on the Q&A. So one thing I know that there are a lot of questions happening, I mean, being asked around the disconnection of internet. So if you have, Kishore, you want to sort of explain that if they find that suddenly the internet goes off, what happens? You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, if you face any technical glitches or internet issues, bandwidth issues, you can do one thing. You can directly immediately call us, and we will check with the test test portal provider, and we will ask them to reset your account, and you will be able to restart your exam from that.
Yeah. So, and also it's all auto-proctored. So we have the video footage of whatever you are doing. So please make sure that you perform the test in an ethical way. That is by not checking and not going to another tab, not going to, ask somebody, because we can see you what you're doing, and you will be disqualified if we know that you are checking the internet and doing things, because you will also receive a warning if you open a new tab, for example. And also, if you try to, turn around and then go somewhere, we also sense the motion. So we know that that's not a good practice. So, and this is done by a company called SHL, and they are very good in doing auto-proctoring tests. So please be honest and do your test accordingly. Again, this is not something which is, end of the world, and it is just a criteria for us to see who are the more passionate students who could come into the program, just because we would love to take all of you, but we won't be able to. That's why. And also, the test results will not be published to you, and we will not be giving any feedback on that. This is as per Ashoka's policy. We cannot disseminate the marks, so we will not be sending any marks to anybody after that. You will be receiving an admission letter in the first week of March, and this is after you are being shortlisted for the interview. So from the test, we will be shortlisting students for an interview. We will reach out to you by mid-February or so. And then based on the interview, which is again not a factual interview, which is just to check your intent, like why do you want to come into this program, and how serious are you to come here and stay at Ashoka for 1 month and then continue with the program. So it is just to check that, and so that will be done, and the final admission letter will be sent to all of you by the first week of March. Okay, so that is going to be the deadline. So I know there are many questions around that also. So there is a test, and based on the test, shortlisting and followed by interview, and the final admission letters will go in March, and there will be a wait list if somebody drops out, of course. And Kishore, you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to add one thing about the online test proctoring. See, this test is completely proctored, and there are 3 things that you need to avoid to make sure that you complete your test without any issues. First thing is that you should not switch your tab or window in the browser. If you switch your tab or window more than 3 times during the test, your test will be terminated, and you won't be able to continue with your test. And also, we won't accept any request to restart or restore your account. So the test portal will terminate your account, and you won't be able to write the test again. And next thing is that it also captures the people coming in the frame. I mean, so if your parents or someone comes and look at the question or trying to help you, that will be captured. If more than one face is captured, then that is again a red flag for you. You won't be able to submit your answer, even if you are able to submit. I mean, even if you're able to submit that answer, but we won't consider that for evaluation, and we won't consider you for the LGP 2024.
Yeah.
And again, asking questions to anybody sitting near, close to you and all that will be captured. And if you try to do any such malpractices, that account will be blocked and you won't be able to submit your test.
Yeah. And the test details will come to only the students who have submitted the application form. So there are a number of you who have just registered. Some of the applications are in process. So those will not be getting the link to write the test. So only the submitted applications. So make sure that you submit your applications before the deadline of 31st January. That is exactly in 3-4 days. From now, please submit your applications. And on the 1st of February, no, Kishore, they will be getting a login link along with the details of the compatibility with your phone or laptop or tablet, whatever you're using to take the test. So make sure that you check your mail, check your spam and all that, so that you have this login details, because without the login details, you will not be able to attend the test. So just make sure that you keep looking at your spam, because sometimes these mails go into your spam. So on the 1st of February, please be a bit alert so that your communication will be coming, our communication will be coming through your email. And so once you, so if you try clicking it on the 1st of February, nothing will happen. The portal opens only on the Saturday, which is the 3rd of February at 11 a.m. Okay. So until then, it will look like nothing is happening, but you just make sure that you have this link. And by 2nd February, if you don't get any link, then please reach out to us saying that you haven't received the link, so that we can check what has happened. Okay, so we have provided our email ID, we have provided the phone numbers also, so please do get in touch with us.
And also, if you have any doubts or something, even before calling to the helpline or writing to the Lodha Genius Programme email ID, just go and check the online, official website of Lodha Genius Programme. If there is some important announcement or notices, we will definitely put it on the website landing page, like a scroller or something. So just make sure you keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and also I think there is a question which is important. We have not registered directly for the program. Our NGO has taken our details, and they are saying that they have already applied, but we have not got any confirmation mail. So I just want to ask that, have you sent any confirmatory mail for any of the registered students? So for the students who have been applying through the NGOs, we have your email ID, if you have given your email ID, and the test email IDs, the test credentials will come directly to the email. So in case you don't receive anything by February 2nd, please write to us at Lodha Genius Programme at ashoka.edu.in. We will again put the link at the end of the webinar, and also call on our phones to say that you haven't received it, okay? And check your spam. Can you confirm we have submitted it properly? So I think if you submit the application, you will get an email saying that you have submitted the application. So if you have not received an email, that means your application is not submitted, unless you are going through an NGO. Do we use the same link from above for submitting applications? If you are referring to Lodha Genius Programme.com, yes. You have to click on the link, then there's an apply now button. There are 4 days left for the application deadline. Please click on it as soon as possible and submit your applications. How can I check if my application is submitted? You will be receiving an email saying that you have submitted the application. Okay, and there are some people who have raised their hands. I'll just let them speak. Netra, you can speak now. You can unmute yourself and speak.
Hi, so say I've answered all the questions on the test, but I haven't clicked submit answer because I'm not sure of them, and the time stops. Will it still submit the answers automatically?
No, you need to click submit answer to kind of, record your response.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. We'll go to next person, Abid.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Shall there be any negative marking?
No, there's no negative marking.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, what about the cutoff? Generally, what is the range of marks that a student should score to get selected as per your past experience?
There is no range, but in say it depends on the cohort. So if everyone is doing badly, then of course everyone has a better chance. But then if everyone is doing good, then you have a lesser chance. So there's no cutoff. Totally, it's a very subjective thing. It's not like we are saying that you need to at least 25 or something. We look at the median from the cohort.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Yash. Yash, you have a question?
Yeah, Didi.
Yes, please ask.
Didi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Didi, means in that when we are means that we are filling the questions, answers. So while if there is mathematical questions and when we are solving it, so we will keep our face down. So it will consider that we are copying. Is like that something?
No. I mean, that much the system can understand. So, I mean, anyway, the mathematics you can't copy. It's a bit difficult to copy. And if you're just, calculating or something, the system doesn't capture that. That's fine.
And Didi, one more thing. That selection should be competitive exam or means it is like that the part one or who has get the highest.
So it depends on the score in the test. So basically, we will look at the scoring, the absolute marks in the test. And depending on the part A and part B, because we have both maths and science, that's why we have segregated it. So yeah, it's absolute score.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think there's one repetitive question that
Yeah.
can people change their answer after clicking submit answer?
Kishore, you want to answer that?
I cannot 100% give a confirmation on that, but we will let you know. I mean, I think as of now, the portal has the option to revisit the question and change the answer choice. But let me check with the service provider on that, and you can write an email to us and we will keep you updated.
Okay, and yeah, so the trick is that you don't get stuck to one question, okay? There's no negative marking, so keep progressing. Don't get stuck with one question thinking whether it's right or wrong. If it is right, it's great, but if it's wrong, you're not going to lose anything because all you're going to lose is time. So please keep skipping to the next question, okay? And I'll also let, who's this person? Osman. Osman, are you there?
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning.
Ma'am, I was wondering, like, if someone actually gives the test in the morning, and he, after giving the test, he submits the test. So he remembers a few questions, and then let's say he tells those questions to some other person who is going to give the test in the evening. So is there some method that you're going to have in place to prevent that?
Yeah. So the thing is, we have everything randomized. All the questions are randomized, all the answers are randomized. So it'll be very, very difficult to crack it. So we know that people could share it. And we wanted to keep the window as small as possible. But then since it's nationwide, we couldn't keep it as small as possible because we had to keep a longer window. So what the workaround is that everything is randomized. So if you tell the answers, you have to have a camera memory for that, and which is, you never know how the combination is going to come. So it'll be very difficult to leak out the questions. That's not possible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And I hope we don't have to come to that, because I hope every one of you is sincere, because at the end of the day, we want you to be very strong with your ethics and the way, you are seeing all these things. So it doesn't matter whether you get a low mark. The ideal thing to do is to have a low mark, but then stick to your principles, which is very important, which is part of the program also, what we try to encourage you to do. And Arshia, can you unmute yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually Alsana Lakraval. I've logged in from my daughter's ID.
Okay.
I'm also a teacher with Akanksha, so I'm representing them as well.
Okay.
So, ma'am, a few of my students from Akanksha, na,
Yeah.
they are not receiving email. They definitely got that their application has been submitted, but
Huh.
thereafter, the Zoom links email that has been sent every time,
Yeah.
they are not receiving those emails. So they were wondering like whether their application will be on or not. So can I email the application IDs of those kids
Yeah.
to you all and get it confirmed whether they're
Yeah.
properly registered or not?
Yeah, you can confirm it. So write to us. You have anyways Urvashi's number also, I think. The numbers were
Yes.
given here. Yeah. And just ask them to check their spam as well in case that has
Okay.
gone there. Okay. So ideally, if you are in the system, if you have submitted, you should definitely get the Zoom emails. So just to make sure that everything is okay.
All right. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
Another repetitive question is around calculators.
Yes, whether we can use calculators. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use calculators. No problem. Okay, I'm just letting Gia ask the question. Gia, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, thank you. So I was wondering if we'll know which question is an MCQ and which is a MSG question so that we know if to select one answer to.
You sure you want to answer that?
Yes, that will be mentioned in the question statement itself.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. And we have now, so also a request for everybody who's raising their hand. After you're done, can you lower the hand? Because it's very confusing otherwise for me to let people talk. Vandana,
Yeah, hi, good morning.
morning.
I just wanted to check a couple of things.
Mhm.
Like you mentioned that, for every question, I think we mentioned either it's MCQ or it's a multiple selective. So is that mentioned for every question or is it mentioned for a particular bunch of questions? Because I'm asking these questions on behalf of my child.
Yeah.
And he's at the moment not available to view the webinar.
Yeah. Kishore?
Yeah. So for multiple choice questions, it won't be mentioned explicitly on the question statement, but for multiple selective, there will be an explicit statement saying that it is a multiple selective and more than one choices are correct. And also for multiple choice, you won't be able to select more than one answer choices, but on that option is feature is available only for multiple selective questions.
And if I got this correct, your multiple selective questions are only 10, right?
Correct.
Okay. And like you mentioned, the use of calculators is possible. However, if a child is sitting to do the maths test and is using a pen and paper just to do some rough, work, like how we would do it on our our answer sheets, is that allowed or is that considered not allowed?
No, that's allowed. That's allowed. No
So
problem.
the child can sit with a pen and paper and
Yeah,
do
yeah.
the
Pen and
calculation.
paper calculator, no problem.
That is mentioned in the instruction as well. So you can use a pen, paper and calculator. No problem.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to clarify, the last year students do not have to give this exam. We are in touch with all of the 2023 cohort. So once you're in the program, you're automatically in the program. You're given a choice to come back. Should the calculator be a physical one? Kishore, will there be an issue? There will be an
Yes,
issue, right? Yeah.
you can't use the online calculator or the calculator software in your system, because if you access that, then the portal will recognize it as a switching of tab or switching of window. So there's a possibility that your test will get terminated. So either you can use your calculator in your mobile phone separately, or you can use a physical calculator. Don't use the calculator in the same device.
Now I'll let Vedansh talk. Vedansh?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am. Just want to know that how many seats are for standard 9, the student who is going to class 10 in the May 24. So there is a particular seats for every class?
Yeah, so we will have around 40 students for the 9th standard.
Means 40 in each
40
batch
to
for
45.
9.
I think 45 students in the 9th standard.
And for 10th standard, madam, for the 10th going
Also
to 10th.
45. Yeah, so 9th and 10th together will be 90.
Okay, thanks a lot.
No problem. Okay, that's Ahana.
Yeah, hello. I have a question about the how many people will be selected per year to go into Lodha Genius Program?
How many people will be selected? I just answered the question. So basically it will be 90 students from 11th, so 9th and 10th, and 90 students from 11th and 12th. And this includes the previous cohort also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. So now we have Manvendra, just let me know, okay, if you face anything repetitive so that we can just answer. Just keep looking like you did before.
Yeah.
And Tiksha, you want to unmute yourself? Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning.
Ma'am, I don't have any laptop. This is compulsory to have a laptop during the exam.
You can use your phone also, or a phone, tablet, laptop, any of that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I just want to say that the test is very easy to take using your phone also. So you don't have to really worry. We have a mobile friendly version. So the questions, everything will be perfect. Okay, a lot of questions about calculator. All right, I'll let Saptarshi talk. Saptarshi?
Good morning, ma'am and sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Ma'am, my question was that, ma'am, in the MSQ, there is multiple selective questions. Ma'am, sir mentioned that there are going to be 2 correct answers. So, are the 2 correct answers going to be exactly the same, or they have some connection between them? What is it like?
Teacher, do you want to explain what do you mean by MSQ?
Most of the multiple selective questions will be scenario based. You'll be given a scenario and the question will be like, what are the correct approaches that you can choose from the given options? So out of the 4 choices, you will find that 2 of the choices more appropriate towards that situation. So you'll be able to, you need to select those 2 choices, and the other 2 incorrect options or distractors won't be much related to that. So you'll be able to identify.
I had another question.
Yes.
My question was that I am going to give the test on my laptop. And so if I'm using, I don't have a calculator, means I have a calculator that is on the phone, the normal app that we have. If I'm giving the test on the laptop and calculating only using the calculator on the phone, will it be okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Okay, now I go to Manisha. Manisha, you can ask a question.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I had this question that our test duration is half an hour each for part A and part B. So what if I'm not able to complete it in just half an hour? So will I be able to submit it if my time is gone?
Yeah, you will be able to submit whatever you have written. Let's say out of 60 questions, you've answered 40. So the 40 will be going and the 20 will be unattempted. So, but it will go.
So for that, I need to tap the submit button. If I don't, then still it won't go. It will go automatically after 30 minutes.
Kishore, you want to answer that?
Yes, your response will be recorded in the portal only if you click submit answer button. Okay. If you simply navigate through the question and if you simply select and go to the next question, your response won't be recorded. To record your response, you need to select the correct choices and then click submit answer button. Then only that answer will be considered.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, then we go to next person, Ryan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good ma'am.
Morning.
Ma'am, I have a question that when we are giving the test, so our video is captured, so you can hear us also.
I don't know whether the audio is there.
Audio capturing feature is not there as of now.
But it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Why do
sir.
you ask that question?
No, ma'am, as sometimes someone from our house can shout, and so that does not capture or
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. That you don't have to worry about that. All those.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, we go to Ojasvi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
To ask the question.
Yeah.
If we can do half of the residency, because I might be going out somewhere after June. So is it possible if I get selected that I do half of the residency for about 15 days?
No, that's not possible. You won't be eligible then.
Thank
You
you,
have to complete the course.
Yes.
All right. Okay, we have Nemiraj. Nemiraj, you can unmute yourself.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning.
Ma'am, what is the exam timings, ma'am?
Kishore, can you just say again what the exam times and how they can attend?
Yeah, the exam window will open on 3rd February, that is Saturday, at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then the window will be closed at 7 o'clock in the evening. Okay, you can
Thank
attend
you.
just any time in between. And once you start it, you need to finish it. You can't take a break or anything in between.
Yeah. And if you attend at 6:45, you can still log in at 6:45 and then you will be finishing it at 7:45. Okay, so the test window is for your login and it's not for the completion.
And we would suggest everybody to take the test as early as possible. Don't wait till the end. I mean,
Yeah.
closing
Yeah.
time.
Because if there is some technical glitch, something wrong on your side, we won't be able to hold on to it after 7 o'clock. So everything works perfect, then you can have you can attempt the test at 6:59 and finish at 7:59. But in case something goes wrong, we won't be able to extend it.
Okay, ma'am.
All
Ma'am,
right.
ma'am, if we are writing exam in laptop, we can use the laptop computer.
You can use a laptop, computer. What do you mean by that?
Ma'am, online computer means.
Are you talking about calculator or computer?
Calculate, ma'am.
No, if you are doing it on the laptop, you can't use the same laptop to access your calculator. You can use it on your phone, the calculator or something like that.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, how many subjects are there in for 9th class, ma'am?
I mean, whatever we showed. So please go to the website or next week and download this link, whatever Kishore presented, or there is also a link which is given in the chat box. So the material is there. So we just explained everything right now. Okay, so just go back and read all that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now we go to Monisha. Monisha, you can ask the question.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, I wanted to know what is the syllabus for this exam?
So we just discussed everything now. If you watch the webinar, you will understand that. So please go to the link and just read through the document if you have not listened to it. Or the webinar is available online in 2-3 days in our website. The link is also provided in the chat box. Okay, so please go back to it and everything is discussed there.
Ma'am, what is the minimum marks we have to?
There is no minimum marks. It totally depends on how the entire cohort is answering. So there is no minimum or maximum.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Next, we go to Nimisha. Nimisha, you have a question? Nimisha? Okay. Then there is Aparna. Aparna, you can talk.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, this is Rishi. I logged in from my mom's Gmail.
Okay.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
I had doubts. So currently I'm in the 10th standard and I'm moving to 11th CBSE board. So when I am applying for the program, will I be taken in the 11th cohort or the 10th cohort?
You will be taken in the 11th cohort because as of
11th.
May 2024, you will be in 11th, right? You will be finishing 10th and going to 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you will be in that. And while you're filling up the application form, the class that we have asked for you to enter is also as of May 2024.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And one more question. I'm doing the CBSE board. So May 2024 is the end of my vacation, and June the school reopens.
Yeah.
So the program will clash with my school dates, right? So is there any solution for that?
So usually for the students of classes, they get a special permission from their principal when they get into the program. And if we need to write a letter, we also give a letter from Ashoka University saying that program is there, that this person needs to be given special permission, etc., etc. And that is what works. So last time we had students skipping even 1 month of school or 2 weeks of school.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Okay, next we go to Sumesh. Sumesh, you can talk. Ooh, I don't hear anything. Okay. Sorry, we'll have to drop this because cannot hear anything. You have
Only
Rishad.
3 more minutes left.
Yeah. That probably last question, no? Last question. And if you still have questions, we have tried to answer the maximum online, and please write to us or call us to know the answers. Okay. So by the end of it, I think Manvendra can also put in the email ID and also the website link. Rishad?
Hi, Miss Anupama.
Hello.
So, I actually have a visual difficulty, so I have a certificate for that. So, if possible, my doctor is from LV Prasad. So, if possible, may I get an extra amount of time?
For the exam? Yeah. So you can send us the certificate by email and then we'll get back to you on
Can
that.
I have some other questions? And what if like I reset my browser, like I refresh the page?
No, so then you will get logged out. So do not refresh the page. You have to be on the same page and you cannot open any other tab also.
And for the image questions, can you swap that out with like a reading questions? And if you can use the reading questions and make it into an audio question, that would be amazing.
Yeah, so right now I don't think we have the audio question or the I mean there are many questions which are not just images. So you can go to those questions and answer, because in this test, as we have a extra lot of questions, so not everybody can answer all of them. So just if you have image questions, just keep skipping. So you don't have to worry about that. No, Kishore?
And the number of image questions are less compared to the text-based questions.
Okay.
And in part B, all the questions are text-based. Only in part A, you will have few image-based questions, and in part A, you will have 60 questions in 30 minutes. So you will be able to access many questions without images.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I think we are coming to the end of the webinar. So we are going to now end it because another webinar has to start. So I will let you guys contact us in the email IDs and the website to ask any questions that you have. And I hope this was a lot of information for you. You can also download the information from the website. So thank you all for coming on a Saturday, and good luck for the test. And we hope to see many of you on campus for the program. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.